College football has a new arms dealer as Barry Switzer walks in like Vince McMahon on WWE. Let's talk about what I mean here, coming up in less than a minute. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jay here with Unfair Sports, talking OU football, college football, and honestly just sports in general. And in this video, we're going to talk about the new 1Oklahoma collective headed by former head coach Barry Switzer, focusing on NIL deals. Hey man, did y'all see this? Okay, so on the 22nd, which was yesterday, a press release came out from a group called 1Oklahoma Collective, and they're partnering with Barry Switzer with new NIL collective deals. They're going to facilitate the most comprehensive and impactful NIL deal offerings in the country. This is the presser. So looking through this presser, I'm a little fascinated by it because here's your header. For immediate release, Hall of Fame coach Barry Switzer announces foundation of 1Oklahoma Collective to deliver the most comprehensive and impactful NIL offerings in the country for the University of Oklahoma student athletes. And this is game-changing NIL collective is what their focus. And so now that college athletes can profit off their name, image, and likeness, everyone's trying to find the most creative ways to get them kids that money. And I'm going to keep it a buck. I love it. I love that everybody, these boosters are coming together like Voltron and finding a way to smuggle these dollars to these players legally to use their name, image, and likeness for whatever they can and put money in their pocket. Some of y'all probably mad about this. I'm not. Like I said, I love it. I love any opportunity to put money in the hands of the players that are on the field, especially the ones that most likely won't go pro, because everybody's going to benefit from this. So let's talk about this. So first off, 1Oklahoma is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and it's built to serve other nonprofits who basically want to leverage athletes in all of their charitable programs and initiatives. So this is the middleman to get players deals that can impact their communities and impact the Oklahoma community and the community of boosters and groups all over in the state of Oklahoma. Here's my thoughts on all of this. NIL is complicated. It's a very complicated thing because it's in its infancy. We're seeing everybody, like I said, find the most creative ways to pay the players. We're starting to press the line. Texas had their NIL deal recently where they're paying every offensive lineman $50,000 to do charitable work. Basically going to be using their name, image, and likeness for all their charitable initiatives. And Oklahoma has stepped past that by providing it to all football players. And it says that they're going to start with football. They'll have the ability to earn between $40,000 and $50,000 a year. 40, 50K. And it'll go to men's basketball as well as softball for now, and their goal is to expand it to every sport. So it's more so as they get more charities, more donations, more groups want to join in, you will see them expand it to all sports, which is expected probably by the time the season starts. I've been wanting boosters to be able to pay these players for years. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says, thinks about that. I have always wanted boosters to pay, and this is why. Boosters are already, in a way, paying players. They're just not directly giving them the money. Now, some are doing it illegally, but the legal way to do it is to build a whole bunch of facilities that you use in your recruiting pitches to these players. Believe me, schools are using those recruiting pitches. I've walked around a couple of locker rooms, and it's pretty outlandish the way this stuff is set up. Like, these kids don't have to leave the facilities. And in your mind, you think that that's enough? Nah, bruh. Everybody benefits from that. The players should also individually benefit from their athletic abilities, their name, image, and likeness, all of that stuff. They deserve that. Honestly, I still think schools should be writing them a check. We'll talk about that another time. But the most important part here is all of those facilities that are being built, all that money is being spent by these big schools. That is recruiting tools that boosters are paying for. Boosters pay for the coaches' salaries. We had coaches making $10 million a year, 8 to 10. Why can't the kids get a little bit of dough? But from that, how beneficial is this for the kids? And I'm going to be seriously, guys, this is 100% beneficial to them because gives them one thing that we've talked about we want them to have from the beginning: financial literacy. Let me explain. Shout out to Mike Golick Jr. for pointing this out on the Twitter account. Tell him I'm going to steal this every time I get the opportunity to talk about NIL because it's a great point. We're now giving these student athletes the opportunity to learn financial literacy in a real world scenario instead of hypotheticals. Think about this. You will have to come up on a whole bunch of money. Everybody says what they're going to do hypothetically, but when it actually gets there, everything changes. And I say that because I've seen it. People that win the lottery go broke within about 6 to 8 years. Why? They say, oh, I'm going to win this lottery. I'm going to take this money. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to save. I'm going to invest. And guess what? The money gets there and everything changes. It happens every time. You can lie to yourself right now and tell me that if someone handed you $50,000 on top of what you make, that you're not going to make any changes. You're not going to do any. You can lie to me. Go ahead. Because once you move up in the bracket, things get a little bit more expensive that you want. The things you liked will get more expensive. The things you want to do will get more expensive. And you're going to spend that money. So anyway, this puts the players in a controlled scenario where they can really learn about money. What's wrong with that? That's great. That is what I'm here for. I'm sold on this initiative. Don't worry. Alabama's going to start doing this too. LSU's going to find a way. Every big school is going to do it. And every small school is going to find boosters to do something at a smaller scale too. Now, this is my favorite part about all NIL deals. They're not truly tied to a school. You go there, you get that money, you decide you want to go somewhere else and play, you can leave. The money's yours. They can't take it back. You may not continuously get the money, but that year's money you got, it's in your pocket. So a lot of these kids can send that money back to family as they want to. They can do anything they want to with that dollar. They'll learn taxes. They'll learn all of that stuff through these NIL deals. So the financial literacy you want people to learn in college, it's right there for these college athletes. And the ones that go pro, they'll already learn how to spend that money properly, be prepared. They've got basically all the burn money out of their system. So when they go pro and make that big money, they're good. So with that, spring game is today. I'm about to drop this right before. Pack the palace if you can. At the same time, come back, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this. All right? Chop it up in y'all a few days. Peace.